I spoke with Prime Minister Ardern of New Zealand to express the sorrow of our entire nation following the monstrous terror attacks at two mosques. These sacred places of worship were turned into scenes of evil killing. You've all been seeing what went on. It's a horrible, horrible thing. As we take action to restore our national sovereignty and defend this nation from criminal cartels, human traffickers, and drug smugglers, crime of all kinds coming through our southern border. We're on track for 1 million illegal aliens to rush our borders. People hate the word invasion, but that's what it is.
This is Trump offering his condolences for the mass shooting by a white supremacist in New Zealand that left 49 people dead, followed immediately by condemning a quote-unquote invasion of immigrants, which is the exact same word used by the New Zealand shooter in his manifesto. Quote, "We are experiencing an invasion on a level never seen before in history," the manifesto of the New Zealand shooter read. Very effective way to denounce hate, by offering some scripted remarks from a speechwriter that he struggles to read before settling in and repeating the same language used to justify the mass killing. But it was his next remarks that left little to the imagination about shootings like these at the hands of white nationalists.
Today, white nationalism is a rising threat around the world.
I don't really. I think it's a small group of people that have very, very serious problems. I guess if you look at what happened in New Zealand, perhaps that's a case. I don't know enough about it yet. They're just learning about the person and the people involved. But it's certainly a terrible thing, terrible thing.
Just one follow-up on New Zealand. The killer in this tragic incident wrote a manifesto, apparently. Did you see that? Apparently he mentioned
I did not see it. I did not see it, but I think it's a horrible event. It's a horrible thing. I saw it early in the morning when I looked at what was happening in New Zealand. I just spoke, as you know, to the Prime Minister. I think it's a horrible, disgraceful thing and a horrible act.
Trump actually said that he doesn't really think white nationalists are a problem. Notwithstanding the optics of downplaying the danger of white nationalism on the day of New Zealand's worst terror attack in its modern history, it's patently untrue. A staggering 73% of attacks from September 12, 2001 to 2016 on US soil were carried out by far-right extremists. That's more than Islamic extremists. So no, white nationalists are not a small group of people, but the most dangerous purveyors of terror in this country. And while Trump is right about white nationalists having serious problems, their rhetoric parrots that of the GOP. This nut from New Zealand didn't have anything original to say in his manifesto. It was just a regurgitation of the same shamelessly bigoted and xenophobic rhetoric that we see from the right. And Republicans can try and distance themselves with sterile, prepared remarks condemning all violence, but when their campaigns are predicated on, oh, I don't know, banning Muslims and Mexicans from entering the United States, it's hard to take them seriously. In fact, this small group of white nationalists is more dangerous than those Trump just invoked to justify the national emergency that he's illegally circumventing Congress for. That's how you know this is all political theater. Because if Trump was really worried about American lives in danger, he would focus on the problem, which is not the families, including children, fleeing violence and economic turmoil in Central America. It's far-right extremists who parrot GOP talking points before sending bombs to political opponents or attacking journalists on stage at rallies, or yes, publishing a manifesto decrying immigrant invasions before shooting up a mosque. But the New Zealand Prime Minister was having none of it, because while Trump struggles to get through a few sentences of prepared remarks with the enthusiasm of a 9-year-old at the dentist, Prime Minister Ardern was a little more direct. She was told that Trump said he didn't think white supremacy worldwide was a problem, that it was rising in any way, and when asked if she agrees with him, her response was an unequivocal no. But she went a step further.
I want to speak specifically about the firearms used in this terrorist act. I'm advised that there were 5 guns used by the primary perpetrator. There were 2 semi-automatic weapons and 2 shotguns. The offender was in possession of a gun license. I'm advised that this was acquired in November of 2017. A lever-action firearm was also found. While work is being done as to the chain of events that led to both the holding of this gun license and the possession of these weapons, I can tell you one thing right now. Our gun laws will change.
Look at that, a politician recognizing a problem and vowing to fix it without demonizing racial minorities or pandering to a base or diverting money to an entirely different fake emergency somewhere else. That's what it looks like when a politician acts to protect their citizens, not their re-election campaign.